Luckily, in the 1970s, we had some city leaders that had forethought, and they had the good sense to save this old building. It's one of the 4 remaining Carnegie libraries in the state. There used to be 14, and so it was lovingly and meticulously restored. And then the city supported, and there was a foundation that was set up, and also a board that was set up, and Jemison-Carnegie Heritage Hall came into existence.
As president of the Foundation for Heritage Hall Museum, it's really important to us that we raise funds to help continue art education in the schools for our small children here in town. We also help fund art camp every summer for the children, and we feel like this is such a vital part of their educational process. So many times, children that don't excel academically will fall in love with art. And it might be that they love painting, or they love drawing with crayons, or they just think they've built the most wonderful sculpture out of clay. So when we can tap into their love of that type of art, we are really thrilled when we have a part in that educational process for them.
I serve on the advisory board for Callie's Kids. I'm also a member of the Jemison-Carnegie Foundation board, so I serve on both boards lovingly. I find it very important to serve the community. I would like to speak today about the wonderful collaboration that Callie's Kids has with the museum. So years ago, we decided to collaborate together for Arts Camp, which provides many different art opportunities to the students in our area. In our tiny community, those opportunities are few and far between. The schools don't often offer art anymore. It's rare for a school to have that. And so between our collaboration, between these 2 wonderful foundations, we're able to get into the schools, provide these wonderful opportunities to the kids, and the art camp has just really brought in so many students that wouldn't get to come and have fun and learn about the arts during art camp because of the price. So we've been able to provide scholarships and just open our doors to so many more children that we would alone if Callie's Kids was doing an art camp by ourselves. Collaboration in small communities is just so important, and we couldn't do it without the museum's help.
Hello, I'm Tony Ball, Superintendent, Talladega City Schools. Excited to be here in Heritage Hall in Talladega. So it's a great facility. I've actually been here 7, 8, 9 times this year, partly just on personal things and other on school business. We have a great relationship with Heritage Hall, as I think many civic organizations do. It seems like they've always got something going on here. And one of the most exciting things I think we do is when they have our student art that hangs in this hall, in this majestic hall, which has got to make little first graders, second grade, third grade feel so good about that. We've got kids that would never see their artwork hanging in a building framed. One of the things that we do with the artwork that is here is people in the central office staff, we actually come and pick winners, and then we take that and have it framed, and then we display that in our central office all year long for people to come in.
These beautiful pictures that we have framed will be returned back to the student. We've had several that have already inquired about where their artwork is, and I have to beg them to let them stay a little bit longer until we have the new hung. So we never know what we're going to get, but they're all gorgeous, and we'll be returning these soon as we hang the new. It's just a little piece of our students hanging in the walls, on the walls of the central office.
All right, I'm Chad Thomas. I'm Executive Vice President and CFO at the First Bank of Alabama. I am also the President of the Pilgrimage Society, which puts on the April in Talladega event every year here in Talladega. I think that there are certain, pillars in a small community. I think the Heritage Hall Museum, in terms of its promotion of the arts, is certainly one of those pillars in our community, which is Talladega. When I think of, the kind of world-class art exhibits that we have here at the museum that generally most small communities don't have the opportunity to see, it really represents something that I think has tremendous value.
I think there's very few people who don't like art. And art is sort of, to me, a tool or device that we can come together and form around and say, this is our heritage, this is our culture, this is our community. And so I'm on the board, one of the members, and I work on different projects with them from time to time. But I love how it brings the community together, the diverse groups that come in and put on shows, and the community comes in, and we all have a conversation about it. I think art is one of the things that we can sort of agree to disagree in a nice way, and we're still smiling, we still like each other. I'm just really glad that this Heritage Hall is here and that I have a chance to be a part of it in this community.
When I first came back to Talladega from New York City, having been gone for about 30 years, I was looking for a way to reacclimate myself to the community. Heritage Hall became an integral place to help me reestablish myself in the community and really reintroduce myself to the community. Heritage Hall has a wonderful permanent collection and hosts amazing, interesting exhibitions throughout the year, but that's not the sole mission of the museum. Through collaboration with city schools with our Arts and School program, we're able to place teachers in classrooms to give art instruction throughout the city to students who may not have had access to that sort of thing before. Our partnerships with local businesses and other local organizations like United Way, Callie's Kids, Plank Road Station have allowed us to broaden our reach immeasurably throughout the town and the county. As we're all aware, small towns in general and small town museums in particular face a variety of unique challenges. With the help and support of our local city leaders and the community, I am proud to say that Heritage Hall has been able to meet these problems and opportunities head on, making broad, bold steps into the future. I'm proud to be part of an organization that is adding its voice to the artistic and cultural community here in Talladega.
During the first part of its existence, Tommy Moorhead was the director, and he was here for a long time. He himself was an artist. He taught art in the schools. He taught art here at the museum to adults. And he just opened up awareness to and accessibility to art in our community. We are very lucky right now to have Valerie White as our director, and she brings her unique background and ability to work together. She brings people together. She's a community builder, both at the local level and at the state level. She's a visionary when she's planning exhibits and projects, and we're indeed grateful that we have her as our director now. We would also like to say how much we appreciate the support of the State Arts Council. The size community we are here in Talladega, we do have limited resources and access to art, and it's very important that our children get art in schools and are able to go to art camp. It just opens a whole new world for them. Jemison-Carnegie Heritage Hall, the projects and the programs that it puts on, it really does support and motivate community building and working together, and just many desirable things in our community are established because of its existence.
I'm Valerie White. I'm the director here at Heritage Hall Museum. My family is from Talladega. I recently returned a couple of years ago and have the privilege to kind of have gotten involved in the museum, took over as director, and am really enjoying the challenges as well as the rewards of just having an opportunity to run a museum and an art center in this community. And we do a lot of different things. We experiment with a lot of different things. I think one of the things that I'm most grateful for, and that at the same time is the biggest opportunity, is to retain old friends and please old friends and make new friends and just bring the community together to ask questions, to have a conversation, to value their differences of opinion, to look at art, to experience art in many different ways, and that helps us as a community appreciate each other's cultures, get to know each other, and just enjoy art. And art is a platform that allows us to do that. When we were selecting the bicentennial exhibit, we selected a celebration of heritage through quilt stories of Alabama quilting over 200 years. That is everybody's got a quilt story. Everybody can participate and work with, talk to one another about their experiences, and it creates community. And so we have an opportunity, if we can all work together, collaborate, incorporate everybody's perspective, to really create something in an ongoing way that makes the community better, more enjoyable, more livable. This museum has been here for the last over 30 years. It was built originally in 1908 as a public library, but this museum was created by the passion and the interest of local Talladegans. They funded, they raised money, they got together, and the city leadership also supported the renovation and the restoration. And we want to continue that spirit of collaboration for the future.